ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What's up, everybody? This is EchoNinja, the ninja that's kicking it with you. And of course, as you know me from True Story Bro, but I wanted to do something just by myself. Again, I know you saw me in other videos, but whatever, no matter. This is something new that I want to put together, throughout the whole channel that we have on YouTube going on. Some new content for you guys, and I hope you like it. But without further ado, let me introduce you to the love of my life. I got heart palpitations just thinking about it. Anyway, this right here, not this. This woman right here. This is my girlfriend right here. Her name is Crimson Addams. That's her code name. Just gave her one last night. It's really fun. Anyway, what is Chomper doing here?
Well, since we are doing these lovely movie reviews and watch-alongs, and it happens to be Shark Week.
It is Shark Week.
And one of the best movies, in my opinion, that has ever been made.
Oh, God, here we go.
Da-dun.
Oh, God.
Da-dun.
Oh, no.
Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Are watching Jaws.
Oh.
For me, probably about the 400th time. But how can you not go into Shark Week and pay homage to the 1975 classic?
Okay. Alright. Okay. Just to let everybody know, Crimson Addams here, she's a big Jaws fan. And even a bigger shark fan.
Favorite Predator.
Yes. She's wearing the Amityville.
Welcome to Amity Island.
Amity, as you know, means friendship.
Yes. As you can tell, that's like true fan right there,
I waited for 5 hours in line to meet Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh yeah.
At Rhode Island Comic-Con.
That's right.
5 hours.
Her first kind of official comic convention, and she waited in line for Richard Dreyfuss for 5 hours, but it was worth it.
Totally worth it.
It was totally worth it for her, and we also got to take pictures with the car from National Lampoon Vacation.
Yep.
All that other good stuff.
I received a piece of candy from the hand of Richard Dreyfuss's wife.
Oh, that's a story. We will definitely tell you
later.
That after that. But, as she said, without further ado, we will be starting Jaws. He's going down with his thumb like that. She goes down with her leg like, ooh!
24 hours is like 3 weeks.
Oh, God!
I wish.
That's right. Now this shark that swims along the road. This guy keeps swimming around a place where the feed is better until the food supply is gone. Right? It's called territoriality. It's just theory that I have to believe in.
Ready to go home. I'm tired and I wanna go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it got right to my head. Wherever I may roam, on land or sea or foam, you'll know.
It's a movie that really still holds up to today.
It really does. I mean, you can pick on the shark all you want, but for the time, it was like the highest animatronic style that you could get. Hell, it was experimental, and that's a lot of the reason they had so many problems with it once it got in the water.
Yeah, it was pretty much the first time they did something like that with like they got somebody who knew that they can do it, but in the short amount, that's the reason why it kept failing. In the short amount of time that they had to film,
they tested it outside of the water, and then they're like, yeah, it works. So when they got it to I think it was the Hamptons that they
put paint over it, and then it was like, what the fuck?
Well, they got it in the water, and it wouldn't work.
Yeah,
it kept seizing up from all the salt water.
Yeah.
But no, this movie, there's a reason. Well, first off, it's a nostalgic thing for me in general, but it's just one of those movies that if I can't figure out what the heck else to watch, or I just feel like watching something that, funny enough, is going to make me feel comfortable.
Or she just wants to watch it just to put herself to sleep sometimes.
Yeah, I will do that.
She'll put on Jaws.
I will do.
But you know what? I can see why, it appeals to you by watching it. I mean, looking at it as a film itself, it's a very well put together film for the short amount of time it took for them to make it.
Yeah.
Of course, done by Steven Spielberg, but that was
a very young Steven Spielberg.
This was like his second movie.
Yeah, he wasn't trusted with the big stuff.
This is his second movie, and it became a blockbuster hit. They only their budget was $9 million.
Right, and it ended up making
$470 million.
Yeah, and it's still bringing in bank.
Yeah.
Because hell, I had. With the licensing stuff, I mean, I have the Jaws board game, which is super fun, by the way. If you ever get a chance to play it, it is available at Target and online because it's just so much fun.
But also, they on PlayStation 2, they also have a game called Jaws Vengeance or something like that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Maneater is inspired by the movie Jaws.
They're not making anything off of Maneater.
No. But it's inspired, this movie inspired other movies, inspired other thriller monster movies, inspired other games, whatever.
47 Meters Down.
Yeah.
The Meg.
Yeah.
I mean, The Meg is basically Jaws on steroids.
Jaws on steroids that had a little bit of Bruce Banner's blood sucked into it and turned into the Hulk.
But then it really spawned that underwater creature movie. I mean, because then you had Piranha, and and of course there were. Hell, now there's Sharknadoes and Three-Headed Shark Attack and like all of these other crazy movies.
This movie, believe it or not, actually gave some inspiration to what's his name, Ripley Scott for Alien.
Oh, I totally believe that. I could totally see it.
This is literally the C version of Alien.
Oh no, you are 100% right. Because if you think about the comparisons,
it's both. One entity kind of basically going after everyone.
Yep.
You're in a enclosed, isolated area.
Environment, yeah.
So it's like, it's pretty interesting how, like, one movie can inspire, like, a whole generation of movies later.
Yeah.
I mean, whatchamacallit was the same way. Even though a lot of people count Psycho, but the one that kind of brought in the whole slasher film was what's that movie? Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween kind of paved the way for slasher films like Scream and Friday the 13th.
Oh, most definitely,
and Nightmare on Elm Street. Like this movie for its time, excellent cinematography.
Oh, amazing!
Had very good scenes that like you'd only see on a postcard,
and
or
not
like
shot. I mean, at the time, you had to shoot everything on location. I mean, you could recreate things in a studio airplane hangar or whatever,
but it wouldn't be the same.
It was all of your on the water shots in the Orca and the other boats. They're shot in the waters, and like I said, I believe it was the Hamptons or it's Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard.
I think
that's what they kept saying.
Okay, yeah. So, but yeah, all like right there, and you see the sprays coming up into people, and it's real salt water, so it's
definitely. I mean, and of course, to me, no movie is perfect. Of course, this movie has certain things that are very outdated from from movies of nowadays, but just keeping in the how it was shot then, like, you had there even though there was problems with Bruce during the whole shooting of the movie, and they only used them sparingly, which was good. What the shots that they had, it worked well,
Well, they had several Bruces. Like the big Bruce, of course, was the animatronic one that pops out of the water and moves around and like chomps on Quint and all of that.
Then they had,
but they also had the one that was on like it was on a track underneath the water, and that's how you got the fin shots.
Yeah.
And also when you get that above shot of Bruce as it's going past the Orca, that's probably the one that it's on.
And they also have they had two of them where they only shot on one side of each one, because the other one was all the stuff that they tried to
hollowed out and to move it and stuff like that. So and I mean, like, this movie has given us so many fun lines that you hear in other movies. I mean, look at the movie Clerks. They talk about the salsa shark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sharks in the salsa. Our shark. And who hasn't said, I think we need a bigger boat?
Oh yeah, all the time. Like, people use it all the time. Like when people are packing up cars and they be we can't fit all this shit in here. I think we're gonna need a bigger car.
Yeah.
Like, and someone just looks at them like, really? Okay, we're gonna go there. But my girl here, she's a big water bug.
Yeah.
She loves the water.
Even though I know what's in there.
Yeah, she loves the water. She loves sharks. She knows how dangerous they are. But to her, they're as cute as Chomper over here. Chomper and Pinchy.
Yeah, Chomper and Pinchy.
But even though this movie showed you the dangers in its most exaggerated form, it also kind of gives you a sense of what is out there, and sometimes it's not always good to listen to the mayor. Oh God, I fucking hate that mayor.
I still can't believe he was reelected.
Ever.
I still can't believe he was reelected.
That was probably the worst part of the second script, to give that dude a second shot at mayor.
I mean,
but there was a lot of unknowns except for him. He was like in big time cop shows in the 70s.
Yeah.
The guy who played the mayor. But everybody else was like unknowns.
No, Robert Shaw and Roy Schneider, they were big. Richard Dreyfuss had gotten just off of a very humbling experience on his last film.
And Robert Shaw, he was in certain things, but I'm sure probably not a lot of people who watched this movie knew of him.
Yeah, they did. Oh yeah, he was a big name at the time.
I know Roy Schneider was. I do know that, because I've seen him in a couple of things, and of course, as you know, he was in recent stuff back in the 90s, Sequest.
Yes.
But yeah, and the only one who's around is really him.
The only one left is Richard Dreyfuss and what's her face? that plays the wife, she's still around.
Oh,
Lorraine Gary.
Yeah.
She's still around, but I don't think she really does cons or anything like that.
of
I
course
was
not.
very surprised to see him at Rhode Island, to be completely honest.
Well, he kind of likes. He loves fans. So.
Yeah, he was super, super polite.
And according to her, now you got to tell this story.
Okay, so I'll tell the story. So we go up to Rhode Island Comic Con, and Friday we got up there a little later, so we were just kind of walking around and like scoping things out. And I knew I was going to a lot for one autograph of a bigger name, and I was kind of debating, and then I saw Richard Dreyfuss was on the ticket, and I was like, I have to. With the amount of times I've seen Jaws, I have to. And plus, of course, I loved him, Mr. Holland's Opus and all of that.
Yeah.
So I say to him, okay, Saturday, I'm just going to do my thing, and I'm going to go down there really early and get on the line right away. So I go down, I buy my ticket, and I start getting on the line, and I'm like, oh, this isn't too bad. So I'm standing on the line, and somebody looks at me, and they're like, do you have a VIP pass? And I'm like, no. He goes, your line's over there, which went zigzagging a couple of times. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I get on the line. I think that was like, what, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning? Something like that.
9:30.
Yeah. So now we start getting closer to 12. I'm still online. Getting a little closer. And Richard Dreyfuss's handler says, hey, he's going to go on lunch. He'll be back in an hour. We'll give you guys numbers. If you want to go and come back, you'll get into your place. Well, at that point, I was like, I'll go to the bathroom, but I'm not leaving to come back because I don't want a chance not being able to get my spot. And of course I had made friends with people online because that's just how I am.
And that's pretty much how cons work anyway.
Yeah, so when I went to the bathroom, they held my space, that sort of thing. Now, he had been up there with this beautiful blonde lady, and I had I was like, I guess that was his wife or whatever. So he comes back. I get probably about 20 people in front of me. And because, of course, the VIP line they have to take like 2 from the VIP line and 1 from the regular line. Otherwise, why pay for the VIP?
Yeah.
So then it hits about 2:30-ish, and the handler's like, Richard has to go for his photo shoot, the photo ops, and, if you guys want to go get somebody else's, we'll honor, we'll like refund it. You just would have to pay the difference if they cost more, whatever. And I was like, no, I'm committed now. This is a vendetta.
She's like, I've been here for like 4.5 hours.
I've already been here half of my day.
Yeah.
I might as well stick it out. And like I said, there were 20 people in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So we're waiting. It's like an hour and a half later. And I had noticed the nice blonde lady had disappeared. And then out of nowhere, she comes back. And she is carrying huge bags of candy. I find out this is Richard Dreyfuss's wife, who had stolen a security guard and said, hey, you're coming with me. They went across the street to the CVS, and she bought, because it was the beginning of November, she bought all the discounted Halloween candy she could get her hands on, and came back and didn't give it to the handlers to give out. She literally went in the line with all of us and gave us candy. And she's like, and she was ripping on him so bad. Like, she was like, oh, because she's got a very heavy Russian accent. She goes, oh, we're so thankful you're waiting for my husband, but he's so busy taking beauty shots that he's not here with you. And like, she was the sweetest thing. So I actually have a selfie, which we can share.
We'll show it up.
And I said to her, I was like, oh, can I get a picture with you? She's like, why me? I'm just, I'm this poor girl from Russia. I said, I don't care. You're lovely. So I have, and then when I finally did get up to Richard, of course, I was like a little, oh, I loved you, Jaws is my favorite movie, blah, 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 and I loved you, Mr. Holland's Opus, and I said, oh, and by the way, your wife is just lovely, and she hits him, and she goes, see, I told you, and he laughed. And yeah, it was really a cool experience. It was worth 5 hours online.
That's what happened. See, and she enjoyed every bit of her first official con as a patriot.
Yes.
Then now next time you will know. We need to get you the
here's
the
the
VIP.
kicker, though.
Oh.
Here's the kicker.
Oh boy!
So we were there with our charity group, Saber Guild. So we had vendor passes. I found out later on that the vendor passes act like the VIPs, so I could have stayed where I was.
Oh God! It's so funny that she found that out.
Our friend told us that.
Oh boy!
As we're sitting down at dinner that night.
And I know her face was priceless. I laughed so hard. It's not even funny.
I was so mad.
But now...
But I wouldn't have had that experience.
Exactly. She had a great experience on her first con. And everybody's first con always has that experience where you got to go through the muck just to find gold.
Yeah.
And that was one of them. And you can't beat moments like that.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. It was a very good time.
But yeah, like I said, the movie was great. The cinematography was amazing.
Acting spectacular.
Some of it was, except for these three guys. These three guys were good.
Well, yeah, no, I mean,
the rest of them were like,
well, no, I mean, here's the thing. Did you hate the mayor?
Yes.
Then he did his job as an actor.
Oh no, I know. It's just there was some lines that I just didn't understand why they were said, but
that's Peter Benchley and the other writer, though.
Right. But also, like, the rewrites of making the characters more likable was good.
Thank God.
Yeah. And the music was also good. It was even though it was very little of it, it was just enough.
It helped immensely in the storytelling.
Yes, and like when the music came on when it needed that teaser, and then the coolest part that I loved about with the music is that the music would stop when the intensity came, like it came like more like out in the open, and then when boom it happened, you heard the loud thing, and then it went straight forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the whatchamacallit, not the special effects. Yeah, the special effects was really good. Of course, like I said, hey, even though it might not have worked all the time, I appreciate the fact that these guys got that one guy and made Bruce.
Yeah. And
went through all of that just to do that. Steven Spielberg is a master at his art. Completely. And, whoever doesn't give him much credit, really, like, they need to just go fall off a cliff, just like the truck in Duel. But the people who do give him credit, most of you guys just know him mostly for Jurassic Park,
E.T.
and E.T. But look at his earliest work. Look at Duel. It may not be perfect, but the thing is, for the time that it was made and coming from him, you would never think a movie like that came from him. Because you look at it and you're like, this is not Steven Spielberg. Well, of course it's not. He never had a style back then.
No, he was
just like Jaws. Jaws wasn't his style yet. Even when it came to the Indiana Jones movies, the earlier ones, and E.T., it wasn't. He didn't have a represented style yet until you saw Jurassic Park. That's when you knew certain things. Well, no. Only reason why I say that is because the thing is, people don't like a lot of, especially people who are into making films and stuff like that. There's certain people that see his early work and start seeing the patterns, but then the average watcher of movies, they don't notice the patterns until they see like a somewhat recent movie.
Yeah.
Like some, not all. Like when they see Jurassic Park, you start seeing beat for beat for beat what a Steven Spielberg movie is.
I kind of feel like Jurassic Park was done in a similar style as Jaws.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying.
The way that the tension gets built,
right,
and revealed and
right,
built and revealed, and
yeah, and it's just like with J.J. Abrams and all these other people. You see their earlier films, and you start seeing how they got their niche.
Yep.
But all in all, this movie, what are you gonna give it?
You know me, I'm always gonna give it an A+ because it's in my heart so much. If I didn't have such a nostalgia to it, I would say I would still give it a B, because it's a great story. Like I said, the acting is top notch for me. All of the characters are likable. They execute, or unlikable depending on who they are. They execute their roles amazingly. Cinematography is beautiful. I'm a huge proponent of practical effects. I mean, 75, you didn't have much choice. But they were executed well. They weren't cheesy or anything like that. And of course, John Williams' score. You can't beat that.
Can't beat John Williams.
No.
But on that note, thank you for watching this wonderful, wonderful new content that I've produced here.
Shall we tell them the name and its niche?
Go right ahead.
So you are now watching The Saturday Night Nightmare.
Yes.
So EchoNinja and I will be reviewing and watching, just like tonight, thrillers and horror movies.
Yes, because she's a big horror fan too. And there will be some movies that I probably have never seen, so you'll probably be seeing genuine looks on my face of, what the fuck? But yes, this we wanted to put this out to you guys because we felt that you guys deserved some more content from us, and I felt that this is something that might be fun, and she felt, of course, it's going to be fun because it's horror. So this will be starting up in September. Everything will be put up on all of the social medias, just to let you know when. This will be a every Saturday thing. So this will be put up every Saturday at what time?
7 o'clock.
That's right, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. I don't know any other.
I'd say 6:66, but that's not a time.
Okay. But yeah, it's 7 p.m. Eastern on every Saturday, starting the first weekend of September. Just to let you guys know this. And what
if
else?
there are any horror movies that you think that we should check out,
any, like seriously,
leave them in the comments.
Yes, any horror movie whatsoever. It can be European horror, it can be Japanese horror. Trust me, I can find it all. And if I can't find it, I know people who can, because I know people.
And a little teaser, our first debut for September will be The Exorcist.
Yes.
The director's cut.
The director's cut. And yeah, I need to let you guys know this. Every single piece of film that we're watching, we watch the real versions of it. The versions of what the director envisioned.
If it's available, of course.
Oh no, I will find it. It will be available because I'm going to find it. But yeah, we're going to be watching the director's cut of The Exorcist. Very classic movie. Tons of like ooey gooey goodness of like horror and suspense and thriller. So, and of course, we will be doing commentating like we are doing now, and giving fun facts that maybe you don't even know, and probably telling each other stuff that we didn't even know.
Oh, yeah.
So, stay tuned to that on the first weekend of September, on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and of course, comment down below. Any comments, any feedback whatsoever, give us
any fun facts.
Yeah, if you know something about Jaws that we don't even know, please put that in there. You know, we will definitely shout you guys out. And of course, you can always get in touch with me over in any of the social medias that we have lined up here. And also, she might be starting maybe sometime in September if she does want to. She doesn't stream a lot, but when she does, she does like to stream a lot of other games. But she does stream. And do you know your streaming name? Do you know the...
My Twitch is
your Twitch account?
Lady Noctophilia.
Yes, that is twitch.tv/Lady Noctophilia. You can see her on there play some games. Remember, she's not on there all the time.
I'm not often, but when I do, believe me, it's amusing, especially when I'm playing Maneater.
Yes, so we're gonna see if we can get her to play Maneater like on a freaking daily basis. I mean, not daily, but maybe a weekend basis.
Yeah,
we'll see. But anyway, I want to sign off. I'm EchoNinja, the ninja that's kicking it with you from True Story Bro podcast.
And I am Crimson Addams, your spooky yet bubbly horror gal.
And where is he?
Oh! And of course, how could we forget?
Baby Bruce, a.k.a.
Chomper.
And Pinchy. Oh, God. We'll see you guys on the next round.
Bye.